Hi everybody, welcome back to DayZ, and in this video I'm going to show you a little bit about Bishops Immersive Storage Mods and how amazing they are, and then I'm going to show you how to install them on your PC community server so that they will spawn in and around on the map, and or spawn in at Dr. Jones Trader as well. So I'm going to be giving you a config file. So to start off with, why are Bishops Immersive Storage so absolutely amazing? Well, it's because this storage mod, this base building mod, uses the vanilla assets for the game. So you can get a kit, for example, for this tall rack, and as you can see, it's actually got storage, so you can place storage inside it. So it's incredibly immersive. See all this stuff here? This is all from the mod. You can get things for like sandbags, razor wire, that plant there. And if we come inside this little house, you can see this fridge has got storage. We've got the table, we've got a chair, we've even got, look, there's a map of Livonia. It is absolutely amazing, and I'm only just touching and scratching the surface of this. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you kind of how to do this, and I'm going to be using my local server as an example. We may well dive into my remote community server. So I'm kind of assuming you know how to install mods already, and I'll put links to the relevant pages in the description below this video. So the two mods you probably want to go for are Bishops Immersive Storage, so subscribe to that one, and Bishops Immersive Storage Premium, and that adds a load more things as well. You may well want to consider installing and using something like Basic Territories, and the reason for that is that when you're in a server that's got basic immersive storage, the way that you dismantle stuff and put it back into a kit is with a screwdriver. And you may well not want that to happen, and one of the ways you could do that is obviously by restricting screwdrivers. But also you may want to use something like a territories mod, whereby only people who are associated with that territory can assemble and disassemble stuff within that territory, to stop people nicking things basically. Obviously Dr. Jones Trader, and with Dr. Jones Trader maybe something like Trader fixes and features, and also you kind of really need to have a build anywhere mod, or go into your cfg gameplay.json and change it so that basically you're creating a build anywhere environment. Just be aware that the problem often with doing this within your cfg gameplay, you can end up with problems with people building garden plots and being able to access places they shouldn't really be able to. So what you want to do is you want to subscribe, fire up the launcher. Obviously when you fire up the launcher, it'll download all the mods, and then you'll want to put them up on your server. You'll want to change your batch file so that you have the right mods starting when your server fires up, but you kind of know all this already, don't you? But the extra bits that I've done is in my GitHub repository and in my Mega repository as well. So they're the same things, I've just do two because I had that problem where my GitHub became inaccessible. So if you go to that link, or those links in the description below the video, you'll come to this kind of folder, and what you can do is you can click on code and you can download the zip of everything, or you could just copy and paste stuff. And there's two lots of files. There's the types edition.xml, and what this is, it's all of the types from both mods, and I have separated them, so if you just want to install one of the mods you can. Basically one, everything starts with TLC, and with the other one, if we scroll, the stuff starts with BIS. What I've done is I've gone through and I've added a nominal and a minimum of 1 to all of the kits. So it's probably easy if we go over here. This is in Notepad++, so if we scroll down to get to the kits, you can see they've all got a nominal of 1 and a minimum of 1. They're counted in the map and counted in the player, and the kits will spawn on industrial, farm and village places. Now the thing I would say is there is an awful lot of these kits, especially in the premium version. In the normal version there's about 20 kits. In the premium version I think there's over 100. So you're going to end up with quite a lot of these spawning around. So you may well want to go through and cherry pick which kits you want to have spawning around the world. And people can then just pick them up, take them to their base, make the kit. You don't need any tools to make the kit. You just place it like you would, place like a wall kit or anything like that. You can rotate it and put it in place and build it. And then you'll have stuff spawning in. So all you do is you would take all of these, you kind of select all, you go to your types file on your server in types.xml, and you could insert these at the top. Now, in case you're kind of unfamiliar, you'll notice that certain things don't have nominals. That's because this just gives that item persistence through server restarts. So it's just the kits we want to be able to spawn. However, it could be that you don't want to run your server that way. You'll want to run it using something like Dr. Jones Trader. So what there also is on my GitHub repository and in my Mega repository is the Dr. Jones Trader config additions that you can copy and paste and then add probably under the miscellaneous trader section. So let's jump in and kind of let me kind of show you that. So if we go to here we go. Let's go to Green Mountain. Hopefully we won't get hit by a artillery gas strike. Oh yeah, we have. Great. Okay. I've forgotten to put the change on so that the artillery strikes don't spawn here. Oh well. Let's come here. If we go to the miscellaneous trader, we'll see that we have Bishops Immersive Storage Premium, and because we're using the fixes mod, you can see everything, and so you can buy stuff. Let's buy, I don't know, what should we buy? A box kit. Let's buy that. That's now on the ground. Let's put our screwdriver away. If we can we put our screwdriver away anywhere? Yeah, there we go. Let's pick that up. And we could take this back to our base. Alright, we can't place it at the trader. So if we go back to where we were, which is about there. There we go, and let's fix this character. He's probably still going to be ill, isn't he? Oh well. What we could now do is we could. Oh right, okay. So we have to take the long walk round. In fact, let's just place it somewhere. So we could place this cash register. Oh, sorry, our box there. You see how amazing it is? How absolutely cool is that? So you can buy things off the trader and put them in. So how do you do that? So what you would do is on your server, and remember we're using my local server as an example here. You would go into your server. You would go into your config folder. Now your config folder might be called profiles. It might be called settings. Might be called something else. But if you go in there. And then if you go down to the trader folder, you'll find the trader config, and you edit that with Notepad++. That then allows you to go in, and then underneath the miscellaneous trader, you can then add in what I've done here, and that means people then can buy the kit, which may well be a better way of kind of dealing with this mod, I think, because they can go and buy it rather than the stuff spawning out. I guess probably one of the ultimate ways that you could do this mod, I was thinking, would be to create like a custom category and or a custom usage, and have the kits spawn in the shops. Not the really small shops, not the blue shops, but like the superstores that have the refrigerated cabinets in them, for the food and stuff. Because I was thinking they're kind of a bit like IKEA flat packs. The kits that you get with this mod, and I thought, so I was thinking, where would they be on the map? Where would you go? And the only place I could think would be, in those superstores, or I guess you could have some in the smaller shops as well. But I can't really stress enough how amazing this mod is. and yeah, it's just so immersive because all of the items are not custom objects. These are existing items that the mod is calling from within the existing game files. So it's an incredibly light mod as well. All things like the is it called the LOD level of detail should all be perfect because it's using in-game stuff. So there we go. So hopefully you found this useful. I know I've kind of skirted around how you really install the mod, but I'm kind of hoping the fact that if you're thinking about installing this sort of thing by now, you've kind of got used to some of the basics of installing mods. And what I'll do again is in the description below this video, I'll put a link to my GitHub repository, which has those Dr. Jones Trader editions and the types editions, and my Mega. Actually, there is a couple of other things I want to talk about as well. If you go to Bishops Immersive Storages and go to the discussions, someone has done the config for expansion trader, which could be very, very useful there. I don't think there's one for Immersive Storage Premium. Also, I have to say thank you to Taco Donkey for doing the trader config for the original Bishops Immersive Storage one. I kind of had to do the one for the Immersive Storage Premium myself just by doing some finding and replacing to put that file into place. But there we go. Hopefully those files, those text snippets will be useful. Again, if my GitHub is not available, try the link to my Mega. One of them should work. And stick this absolutely amazing mod on your server. But again, you may well have to go through and kind of cherry pick what you want. But I mean, look, it's like a custom JSON that we've spawned in. You can make, you can customize your base incredibly easy. I mean, it could be that this is better for a PvE type server. But anyway, that's enough of me waffling on. Well done to Bishop for creating such amazing mods. I don't know, fingers crossed maybe the devs will add something like this to console DayZ as well, and vanilla PC. Anyway, that's enough from me. Hope you found it useful. If you have, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. And of course, I'll see you again soon.